Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. I'm very pleased to see all the support I have gotten on my Lego ideas. I just got a 15th project accepted for voting. This is a bunch of mathematical puzzles. So, for example, squaring the square. The idea is you take a 112 by 112 square and you divide it into uh, different squares, non-congruent, and 110 by 110 is the smallest one that will actually divide like that. But 112 by 112 is the one that divides into the fewest squares. There's a few other puzzles. This one's called tightly packing squares. So you take all of the squares from 1 by 1 up to a certain number. This one's 32 by 32 and pack them as tightly as possible. This one is for 25 by 25. This is the Mondrian art puzzle where you take a square and divide it into as many non-congruent rectangles as possible. So there it is, my 15th Lego idea. And within just a few hours of it being approved, I got 30 supporters. And so I continue to get supporters. I'm going to think about improving this one because this one already has 860. The Plaza Hotel in New York City has 868 supporters so far. I'm thinking of making it a little bit bigger. I've recently learned how to leverage some of those bigger bricks. Lego ideas limits you to 5,000 bricks, but if you're smart about how to use some of the bigger bricks, you can get a lot out of that, right? And I hope to do that. Lego is pretty big about Home Alone. They did the Kevin's Home and a few other Home Alone related things, and so I think that I might also add a few Home Alone kind of related stuff to it, right? Where else did it take place? I guess I wonder if the Duncan Toy Chest is a real place. Maybe I could do a Lego build of that too. Take a look at my recent redesign of some of the Chinese architecture buildings. So now the Grand Hotel is, I think, 26 inches wide, using some of the big bricks I was talking about. Each of these pillars is actually just one brick. The trick is to get the geometry right because some of those big bricks have some wonky geometry to them. Grand Hotel. This one's a building in Tainan. And I figured out how to get the steps for the yellow crane. This is actually over a foot tall, if you can believe it. The square pagoda and a few other things. Some upcoming projects I have going on. I'm hoping to do New York City Hall. So there's actually another floor below that with the steps. I'll get to that soon. Give you an idea how big this is. Let's see. Model info. So far, it is already 19.5 inches wide. And about 12 inches high, I think. Or deep, I should say. Uh, as to scale as possible with all the windows in their place. I like the state capitol in Nebraska. Looks something like that. It's one of the most recently built of state capitals in the country. Now, there's been a lot of discussion on fast food prices and working conditions there, and it got me inspired in the architecture of fast food places these days. This is only a start, but I hope to put together a modern McDonald's and maybe an old fashioned one as well, so we can put them side by side, right? And I didn't realize Lego would accept this, but I saw a few other builds, and unfortunately, they didn't get enough votes. So I thought I'd give it a try too. The Freedom Tower in New York City, and once again, I figured out how to get the big pieces and also the what are these things called? I keep forgetting the diagonal pieces. What are they called? Oops, I can't even get the. I can't get the name to show up. I don't know, but I recently found it. What's really frustrating is, well, in any situation, is when you know what you're looking for, when you don't know the name, right? So, Lego ideas, Lego pieces are similar, right? Uh, Sometimes I'll go to the Lego store and I'll see a piece that I want to use, and I'm like, "Gee, what's the name for this?" And thankfully nowadays you can do image searches, right? And how tall is this? 51.3 inches, and it's only 6.3 by 6.3 inches. I can't wait to actually put this together. The only problem is that some of these pieces don't come in the right color. I actually saw a YouTube video on how to use a dye on Lego bricks. Uh, I think it's kind of frowned upon in the Lego community, though. Anyway, please go to my Lego Ideas page and vote for. Oops, wrong page. Vote for my ideas, but also dislike my videos, because if my videos get a lot of dislikes and they go viral, that could also help, right? I'm going to be redoing this one again soon as well. Anyway, I want to say a word about my uh, latest hobby of Legos, right? One thing I love about it is that I finally find a hobby that I can openly be proud of, right? Some of the other hobbies I have cannot be so openly talked about, right? They can come in the wrong way in terms of politics or issues like that. For example, I love stargazing. Some people have a little bit of a problem with the religious aspects or political aspects, right? They don't believe in in uh, in space, right? I don't know, or certainly some of these stargazing events require that I travel somewhere, right? And I sometimes don't always find that people sometimes are upset that I'm away during those times, right? Similarly, the metal art that I'm doing, I don't, depending on the people that I'm hanging around, I might not want to let people know that I have all those medals, right? It can incite jealousy or create a safety issue, right? Um, I love writing computer games. Sometimes that can make people think that I have too much time on my hands, right? Especially, I teach at a tutoring center now. They want me to come at these wonky hours, and when I can't, people think that I'm too busy writing computer games, right? So that can create its own set of dramas as well. I finally find a hobby that avoids most of those pitfalls that I could be open about, right? This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum